All right, guys, welcome. Let's get live here, guys. Let's get live. But anyways, I'm gonna play a couple of videos and just talk about these. You see, we want to set the expectations moving forward. Into the elections of 2023 June. What do we expect from opposition leaders, guys? That's what we're gonna talk about. I have faith and I have confidence in Sierra Leone, and I know Sierra Leone is gonna be a better country. But like I said, like I always say, everybody has to play their part. Everybody has to play their role for Sierra Leone to become that African that we want it to be. So we want to see our leaders take their roles and responsibilities very seriously. Likewise, the citizens have a responsibility as well to take their roles and responsibilities very well. And we've seen Sierra Leoneans taking their roles and responsibilities very well. I'm going to play a couple of videos, but whilst I let you guys come in, welcome everybody, by the way. Welcome. Whilst you guys are coming in, let me play some videos here, and then we'll talk about this. I came by this song of former President Jankaba that some guys sang for him. I love it. It's a very nice song, and I felt that I should share with you guys so you guys can see what it sounds like. I mean, people like Kaba, we know when he came the first 5 years was a flop because he allowed these same SLPP people in power now. These were the same people that advised him very wrongly when he brought people like Inga Norman to become the chief of Minister of Defense. When he brought people like Inga Norman, this was the same man that was involved in the 1967 coup of Sheikh Stevens. So the moment Tijan Kaba made that mistake and brought those people in, these rebels, these Kamajors into his government, the first 5 years was a flop. Thank you, welcome everybody. And the second half of his term, we saw he realized himself. That's why people like Emerson and a lot of these folks came into pass, came into being. He said, let them sing instead of them going to the bush and take up arms to fight against the state. So everybody remember that, Andy. Tijan Kaba in first 5 years was a flop until 97, Johnny Paul and coup, of course, where people like Ibrahim Bazi Kamaradem. But you get people like Ibrahim Bazi Kamaradem in jail today, where the one that will start the rebel war, they are free. But people like Ibrahim Bazi Kamara will show up in the picture just 1 year. Then they're at Rwanda jail. You guys know about all of these stuff. But anyways, I'm going to talk about all of those little things and remind Sierra Leoneans what is the expectation of our leaders moving forward, especially those of the APC, the opposition. What do we expect them from them to kick Marabio out of power? What is the expectations of these guys? It is very crucial that if we are going to succeed in kicking Marabio out of power, their messaging. They go take these messages to the people. But let's kick this off. Let me play this video for you guys, and then I'll get you guys to come in. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Welcome.
MA Record.
This is
we miss you, Papa. Dr. Ahmad Tijan Kaba. The moms and the grandmas, they all miss you. The little children all miss you. The DJs and the artists, everybody. Feel me? Yeah. When I heard the news, my body run dry. All day, all night, tears run my eyes. Why, Papa? Why you had to die?
Why?
So many pains, crying like a little child. So painful, my body catch fever. Feel the pain from my heart to my liver. It was a father, a true born leader. In my whole world, you were like a soldier. You took the country from the bottom to the top. You play a cool role, make the war stop. I still remember your famous quotation. Salomon gets by that. That was true, Papa. You was correct and so exact. The gold son, Martin Luther on the track. Yeah, I'm feeling all pain, cause I lost my father in this game.
Who's how you did? Tell me who's how you did? Say you so rest in peace, and it's how you did. Who's how you did? Papa, who's how you did? Say you so rest in peace, and it's how you did. Cause we didn't miss you. Papa, we didn't miss you. You picking and they miss you.
Ever since you left, we go. What I still around we lie. I wonder when we ain't gonna run dry. Cause we really miss you, babe. Cause we let it bend so hard.
Have a large AKA Red Bobo. Yes, we dey miss you, cause God don't take you. God know best and really God let you. Rest in peace, Papa, any side you day. The good jobs you do, we not go able pay. See us now we high, but still we go pray. For all the roadblocks, let God open the way. We thank you for the struggle, during rebel war. We thank you for the love that we get from above. We thank you for the peace and stability. We thank you cause you make we practice democracy.
Papa, Papa, we really miss you. All the good thing where you do for we go make we not forget you. Pakaba, father of democracy. Mistake and wrongdoings, God have mercy. What's around the eye? I feel this pain right inside. We rule the country as one, you not ever divide. Uncle Papezu, why they tell you bye bye?
We they tell you goodbye with the tears now we are. We say the youths alone they cry cause we feel them where you die. So me say even though you're gone you will never be forgotten. The peace now we land Papa now you press the button where we miss you we not go able explain. Now the whole country they cry who's them we go see again.
Bye bye, oh, Papa. We really, really miss you. Goodbye, oh, Papa. You picking and they miss you.
Who's are you there? Tell me who's are you there? May you so rest in peace and inside you there. Who's are you there? Papa, who's are you there? May you so rest in peace and inside you there. Cause we dey miss you. Papa, we dey miss you. You picking and they miss you.
High we exalt thee, realm of thy free. Great is the love we have for thee. Family united, ever we stand, singing thy praise, O native land. We raise up our heart and our voices on high. The hills and the valleys we echo our cry. Blessing and peace been ever the land that we love our Sierra Leoneans. Let's come to one Sierra Leoneans. Let's be united Sierra Leoneans. Let's come to one for a better salon. President Marabio, any South you day. This now you Sierra Leonean picking you Sierra Leonean sister. I just send the song to you, any South you day you see them. Really, Sierra Leoneans in the suffer with the struggle. Now with this day we be then at street the campaign for you. We saving it 3,000 rest. How we go take survive? You know go even reach now with throat. Marabio come so we rescue. Marabio you picking them the suffer. Marabio we need you help. Marabio we need you help. See how life there for we now we glad for you today. Marabio now we glad for you today. See that now before everybody, every Sierra Leoneans, any South you there. This now na Sierra Leonean sisters. We dance for Marabio today, look how we day. You say free education. Majority of we not drop out.
Now I must in that 3,000.
We 7 8 3,000 less. Now the pandis who say we 7 8 3,000 less. I want go tongue for go beg to me auntie 4,000 per transport. I go. I want go na for my side the guide for plants 3,000 per bike fee along go 10,000. I go. Marabio, why? Come to we rescue. Sorry for you Sierra Leonean people then. We really need you. I pledge my love and loyalty. Marabio, I pledge my love and loyalty to Sierra Leoneans. I pledge my love and loyalty to the country. I pledge my love and loyalty to you, the president. Fatima Bio, you say answer for our girls. See the streets today? So many dropouts. 13, 14, 15 years they become mother. High we exalt thee, realm of thy free. Great is the love we have for thee. Family united, ever we stand, singing thy praise, O native land. We raise up our heart and our voices on high. The hills and the valleys we echo our cry. Blessing and peace been ever the land that we love our Sierra Leoneans. Let's come to one Sierra Leoneans. Let's be united Sierra Leoneans. Let's come to one for a better salon. President Marabio, any South you day. This now you Sierra Leonean picking you Sierra Leonean sister. I just send the song to you, any South you day you see them. Really, Sierra Leoneans in the suffer with the struggle. Now with this day we be then at street the campaign for you. We saving it 3,000 rest. How we go take survive? You know go even reach now with throat. Marabio come so we rescue. Marabio you picking them the suffer. Marabio we need you help. Marabio we need you help. See how life there for we now we glad for you today. Marabio now we glad for you today. See that now before everybody, every Sierra Leoneans, any South you there. This now na Sierra Leonean sisters. We dance for Marabio today, look how we day. You say free education. Majority of we not drop out.
Now I must in that 3,000.
We 7 8 3,000 less. Now the pandis who say we 7 8 3,000 less. I I want go tongue for go beg to me auntie 4,000 per transport. I go. I want go na for my side the guide for plants 3,000 per bike fee along go 10,000. I go. Mother be why? Come to we rescue. Sorry for you Sierra Leonean people then. We really need you. I pledge my love and loyalty. Mother be I pledge my love and loyalty to Sierra Leoneans. I pledge my love and loyalty to the country. I pledge my love and loyalty to you, the president. Fatima Bio, you say answer for our girls. See the streets today. So many dropouts. 13, 14, 15 years they become mother. I will exalt thee.
You know, guys, I want to share that with you. You see, that's real democracy right there, right? That is what you want to see. You know, people in a country that can express themselves the way this lady expressed herself. So she's expressing herself very well. But these governments will not listen. Everything people say, constructively or non-constructively, or no matter how you approach her, they will look at her like she's sabotaging the government. They sabotage me. This is the uselessness of these blind supporters that has no clue of what the Constitution is. That your loyalty should be to the state and not to your political party, your tribe, your region, your politician. This is what we keep talking about. So this lady, all she's doing here, it is sing the national anthem. You know, these were the people that danced for Marabio. These were the people that danced for the SLPP. Sadly enough, right? And today is coming out there, the Kanayana with boldly enough to tell them guys, say, this is what they happen. The angry Boku, price of rice don't jump from 200,000 to 600,000 now. Petrol every day, petrol prices are going up the roof. These are the things. That's why you have a democratic state, because you should allow your people to be able to express themselves freely. But these idiots, because you call them, you know, there are three types of citizens, right? You get a good citizen, you get the idiots where they don't even know themselves, you get the tribalists. Those are the kinds of people you get. You get the good citizens where then they look the interests of the country, they put ahead of everything else, right? They want the country to prosper. They want every citizen to have the same rights, same equal rights, freedom, you know, everything. That's what they want to see. They want to see development, right? They want to see 24-hour electricity. They want to see, you know, clean drinking water, proper access to healthcare. Good citizens, that is what they want to see. You have the idiots that some of these people don't even care about what is actually happening. They live their life, you know, nearly freely. Everything is good for them. They are fine with that. I don't care. You have the tribalists, that they don't just put political party and then tribe, then section, the region over everything else. When they think, they don't think with an open mind, right? But this lady with this video that you guys just watched, this lady is actually, you go no see somebody where you no go fapa school, but she's very intelligent. It is sing the national anthem, in making case clear. I say, Marabio, now we be the dance for you. Now we be the support you. But look at what will they now, what will they go through now, they suffer. You know, with everything they said against former President Nkrumah, right? But we know say the people and look. A lady called me, say, Ibrahim, I say me na Pankuluwata, I pay for me picking for go school inside the 10 years. Me picking and go college Pankuluwata what they sell because lights they so they get lights they will not know what for do to freezer. But these all the APC at the time not be getting messaging. Their platforms were not strong enough for able to counter the SLPP and that of the NGC that showed up in the picture when people like Kande Yumkela show up in the game. That was how people like myself came in, supported Kande Yumkela. We went after the APC. We said nothing. And listen. Sierra Leone is not where we wanted to be. We deserve better. I did the last live what I do the other day. I was talking about Switzerland. 8 million people, same population size of Sierra Leone. 8 million people. Look at how good life them people where they live. They get access to everything, healthcare, clean water, right? The educational system, one of the best across the world. Beautiful landscape, you know. Then take care of their communities, then take care of their people. Sierra Leone, we deserve better. Tell you the lights on camp. We don't want that handy. We want better. Every day we're craving for more. And this is the thing we make. They say, well, Ibrahim, let go to tongue, let go see what you go. The time they come, everything not to rush. Life na day, that's small. 2028, I'm coming. But for now, let's give people the opportunity. Like I said again, I'm supporting people like Dr. Samura Kamara. He's been in this government for over 30 plus years. He has a lot of experience, but he has not been given the opportunity to lead from the front like a president, right? As the president, making decisions. So we're going to give him an opportunity in 2023 to become the president, and we'll take it from there. But I wanted to share this with you, and I'm going to show a couple of videos again to show you guys exactly where I'm going with this, because we have to paint this picture for everybody to understand. So moving forward, to get rid of the SLPP, The messaging has to change. And we want to see the leaders of the opposition, particularly so, are front and center in this fight. When you talk about the leaders of the opposition and the APC as a party, the messaging that they should take out there to the people, what they should be talking about, right? These are the things, and this is why we get for curate with message to meet and match that. Because everybody has a role to play. Marabio is the most terrible president we've ever had in the history of Sierra Leone. For 4 years, people don't suffer, not to come and don't kill with people, and human rights abuses, all of that, right? But let me play this video of these ladies there, so Leona see them. What will get for whose message will get for take to these people, especially them coming from the north? When you look at what's happened at SLPP, the southeast is like almost a no-go zone. Like the NGC broke away from the SLPP. But these people cannot even have one councillor seat in the southeast because, again, and which is what I want to challenge that, but we'll see in next elections, 2023, because we're going to have a lot of international observers. So we'll see what the outcomes of the Southeast is going to be, because we've seen the Southeasterners voting a little bit differently now. In the last by-elections, we saw the APC and the opposition getting a lot of votes from the Southeast. So maybe it's not true. It is just because sometimes we let them get away with this stuff. That's why it seems like nobody is voting in the Southeast for other political parties. So we have to test that. In 2023, we're going to decide and know exactly what is happening. But for our sisters, these ones in the northern part of the country, where they've killed citizens, you see McKinney massacre, Lonsar, Tombo, all these places from the north and northwestern part of Sierra Leone, where the SLPP are targeted and killed citizens because they were exercising their constitutional rights. But nobody was killed in the southern part of the country. Bo, McKinney, nobody got killed over there, right? But most of the killings took place under President Bio's governance. It took place in the north and northwest. So what message would you guys have for these females, these women in the northern part of the country that are supporting the SLPP? What are you going to tell them? What you get for talk to them for say why they not for support the SLPP? Whose reason will I get for give them not for support the SLPP with the 4 years of trauma what they don't go through? When I watch this video of these ladies, them that enough SLPP cheerleaders, them when I watch them.
Yes.
Now, good afternoon, everybody. Amina Takuro, my SLPP District Women's Leader Bombali. Beshikabu, SLPP Women's Leader 037 Bombali. Maria Tutoli, 034 Women's Leader SLPP.
Fatmata Kamara, 038 Women's Leader Bombali District.
Okay, and District Women's Leader again. We get with constituency women's leader way no day, when at them 5, we don't send them go Kabbalah for party agents and so on, then therefore go cook back. So we were left here now with 4. And they call on the leader of the party, when His Excellency, the President, and the leader of the party. And in West, when Her Excellency, Madam Fatima Bio, when a cross-section of the women's wing na Bombali. Me where they send this message, me na the district women's leader for Bombali. Papa President, we get a bitter complaint this afternoon for the Chief Minister in West, when a Mantene Mara. You don't lobby for we for a catering and education for we the women's leader there for the one whole country. We don't know that day. Papa President, the Chief Minister in West don't seize Bombali yon Katrina we earn. He said because he man the Chief Minister. Mama no do we down there if you not talk, we don't talk to her, we don't do all kind of things. The woman say no they give me this money because a man are the Chief Minister. He get right for do anything what he want to do to anybody. And right because a man are the Chief Minister. Okay, Chief Minister will not say they under. You when are the leader of the party and the president of this country. Do you have a president with a big me when are the district women's leader na Bombali with a for on your foot and you wear when Madam Fatima Bio? Do you allow una step in quick and call Mantene Magawena the chief minister and wife? Let una talk to her, give you your money. If you give you 150 million a Bombalia and the catch.
All right, guys. So really, what I wanted to show you guys is that, because again, whose kind of message we get for curate for them ladies there, especially from the Bombali region? How we get for convince and talk to them ladies there? Because politics is not by fatal, right? And they can't show and present to them ladies there the reason why they should not be supporting the SLPP again. Especially them being in the northwestern part of the country. again, I'm of the firm beliefs that it doesn't matter what part of the country you're from, right? Everybody should be able to exercise their democratic rights and support whatever political party, regardless of where you're from. And that is why we're opposed to the fact that when you look at the Southeast, you see the prevalence of SLPP. No other political party. Look at the landscape of Sierra Leone. There are over 17 political parties. All of these 17 political parties, SLPP is the dominant factor in the southeastern part of the country. Whatever they've done, the kind of way to know, indoctrinates the people them for belief say top way, no matter what happen, na SLPP. But you look at the northwestern part of the country, people are very liberal, people are open-minded, right? That was how the UNPP won the election in '96. Because again, liberalism. The UNPP washed up the APC back then, right? Again, don't forget, APC, we call fauna name now, grandpa them, now they make the APC BWTB. But we know they look say because of that 919, right? But we know say at the time like this right now, APC is the political party that is going to kick the SLPP. And everything I do, my advocacy, everything I do benefits APC right now. Just like when I was advocating for Kande Yumkela of the NGC, everything that I did benefited the SLPP. President Bio and others were sharing my videos, my audios. These people, this President Bio and all of these SLPP people, they were sharing my stuff, right? Because why? It was benefiting them. Everything that I said that was going against APC benefited SLPP. They were in campaign mode. So the SLPP used my messages very effectively. And that's the same thing with the APC. I'm asking them, they should be able to use these messages very effectively that I'm giving to them. We're making the road very easy. I'm just paving everything. I'm just pounding the road for them. Just clearing all the bushes, right? Just giving them a freeway. It's open goal. Come and take it. This is what I do. Because again, until we have the Sierra Leone that I want, we're not going to stop this, right? The Sierra Leone that we all want, we're not going to stop this. So let's put the blinders away. Stop the tribalism. Stop the nepotism, right? Let's think about Sierra Leone, a country where every citizen born of Sierra Leone should be able to enjoy the same life that the president or whoever is enjoying, right? Nobody should be richer than the other in Sierra Leone. Politicians should not be living a better life than the citizens. But in fact, the citizens should live a better life than the politicians. Citizens should be able to go to bed and sleep properly. But we see the sufferings of our people today. So these ladies in Bombali, how we get for talk to the lady for let them understand, say, SLPP not to the right party for them? It's the fundamental question that I want to ask you guys. But before I even go to that day, I have something I want to share with you guys. Let me share this footage with you guys. This is a judge that, na lady when a judge, he be drunk, he drive, a police pull up, catch him and all that stuff. I want you guys to see this because I want to talk about systems, right? Why they like today Sierra Leone, what we lack, it's lack of systems. We don't need strong men like how Barack Obama say, right? What we need is strong institutions for make sure say we hold people accountable for their actions. And that is why some of us are going after the current opposition members, especially the APC in parliament, because these people that are for lead us to the victory, get rid of Marabio. But if you as a leader of the opposition, where you going to ECOWAS parliament, where you don't reach for talk, you don't jab, you don't keck, like when PK go school, you keck school. When you tell me for talk, when they ask questions, they want they hear from the opposition, the serious opposition. You don't take flights back, you don't run salon. When they fight for PR system in the parliament, you know they did. Who's how you be there? Who's kind of a leadership they wire? You see, this is why salon they go before. But let me show you guys this video of this judge, and then we'll talk about that and we'll get there. Side chroma, thank you. Thank you, Sahid. Guys, Sahid, don't engage these idiots on the chats, guys. I don't want you to engage them as much. You'll engage them later after the live. You can go back and respond to me accordingly. But I want you guys to pay attention to the live, so don't miss critical points that I'm making. In as much as I appreciate what you guys do, let them enjoy themselves on the comments, talking gibberish, right? The fact of the matter is, I'm the one with the mic here, and my message is what is factual and what is real. So don't worry about that. We'll deal with them later after the live. You guys can go back and respond to them individually and take care of them. But stay with the live. Let's watch this video together. I want you guys to see this real quick. All right?
God, take me home.
We now go to Brimfield Township, Ohio, where County Judge Rebecca Doherty isn't presiding over her courtroom, she's making demands at the local police station.
Do me a favor and have a seat so we can do our job. I'm not going to call anybody yet, okay? We have stuff we have to do.
I'm going to tell you now to call Lieutenant Limbert now.
Have a seat.
Call him.
Or I'm going to put you in the cell.
So why is this judge so aggravated? Let's go back earlier in the night.
Hello?
An officer's body camera records as he approaches an SUV that's crashed off the side of a snow-covered road.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not.
What's going on? Ma'am, you've got vomit down here in your door.
300 deal.
Have you been drinking?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have your ID handy?
I'm Becky Doherty. I'm the judge.
Your judge?
To be more specific, she is the county's common pleas court judge, 55-year-old Rebecca Doherty.
Kidding me?
Am I kidding about what?
I am absolutely out of my mind. With
You're intoxicated.
I am so intoxicated.
The officer's body cam continues to record as the judge is escorted into booking.
Oh my God. Take me home. Okay.
Have a seat.
Let me call Lindbergh.
Have a seat.
No.
Rebecca,
Call.
listen. This whole thing is being recorded. Do not do something you are going to regret
Call
tomorrow.
Larry Limbert is actually Major Larry Limbert of the county sheriff's office.
Do me a favor and have a seat so we can do our job.
Call Larry
I'm not going to
Limbert.
call anybody yet. Okay, we have stuff we have to do. Will you please have a seat? You're trying to walk out the door and you're almost falling down. Can you
I'm
please
not
have a
falling
seat?
down.
Have a seat.
Call Larry Lindbergh.
Rebecca, I will put you in one of the cells if you
Okay.
do not. I'm
Call
trying
Larry
to really
Lindbergh
play.
now.
Have a seat.
Call him now. Call him now.
And that's not the judge's only request.
What can I do for you?
Drink.
Okay.
Water.
We just literally told you 10 seconds ago that we're getting you a drink of water. He's out front right now getting you the glass.
Not 10 seconds ago. I want drink of water now. Thank you. Call Larry Lindbergh.
I tried him. He didn't answer.
Really?
Do you want the water? The
Yeah,
water?
I do.
Okay.
Larry Lindbergh.
Okay.
Larry Lindbergh. Thank you.
After refusing to take a breathalyzer, Judge Doherty is charged with operating a vehicle while under the influence of alcohol.
Give me my phone so I can make a phone call.
Okay. Your phone is in a puddle of vomit in your car, which is
I
on the
get
side
it.
of, can I finish? Which is on the
Absolutely.
side of the road that you crashed into.
Yes.
The tow company is out there trying to get it out. However, it is extremely snowy and slippery out. They are not able to get the
Totally get
vehicle out so far. So
Totally
your
get it.
phone is off the table right now. We don't have access to it.
Judge Doherty receives a fine of $1,075 and 180 days in jail, which the presiding judge reduces to $375 and 3 days in jail. Her driver's license is suspended for a year, and she's ordered to complete a driver's intervention program.
Guys, that is what we call system. That is what we call system right there. And I want you guys to look at the screen right here, right? This is a judge. Driving drunk. Police pull over. If not salon. We don't even hear any kind of case there. It's not going to go anywhere. Oh, no, judge? Yeah, no, left from back. But systems, until everybody that commits these crimes are brought to justice, nothing is going to happen. Everybody that has a job to play has a responsibility to do a job. They are held to that standard to do their job. Opposition leaders do their job. Follow legislative procedures. Take actions to protect the people. And if they don't do them, they don't deserve to go back now. We parliament them. If they don't do them, they don't deserve positions of authority until we hold people to high standards. Nothing's going to happen, guys. This is why these parts of the world are progressing, because, again, nobody's above the law, right? Now, let's see what happened during the days of the APC. Sorry, during the start of, the SLPP after they took over from APC in 2018. Let's start to analyze that. Let's look into that. You see, because this is the first video. I want to remind you guys how the SLPP, the atrocities of Marabio, what they did to our people. This is what happened in the APC party office. I want you guys to see these things, refresher, because again, my goal is, how can the leaders of the opposition, how are they going to curate their message? How are they going to make their message for sell to the people? What are they going to engage in campaign rallies? Not for the government go like, hey. What kind of message they get for give people? Salon people they get for expect a much from these guys. How they get for engage and talk to the people, remind them of these things that have happened under the SLPP. Watch this.
Hey! Please. Other people that get for please. The people that say
This is how SLPP started. APC party office, the political party of another, the office of another political party in the country. When SLPP had all their fracas, all their nonsense that was going on in that country, without any APC part, and they allowed them to go to party office. You never saw stuff like this. President Nkrumah could have done the same thing, but that is not democracy. So he did not do it. But look at what these guys did to our people in Sierra Leone. This is what they did to APC folks. So when the leaders of the opposition get an opportunity to go to ECOWAS Parliament to speak up about these things, and when it's time for them to speak up, when they call them, they're nowhere to be found. That is a profound problem. How will he get rid of SLPP if the leaders of the opposition that should speak for the people, talk for the people, cannot speak up for the people properly, cannot let the world know what is actually happening? How can we trust these people for continuing for them in the position the way they did at that country? You go ECOWAS Parliament for representative. Look at what you do. You misbehave. You come out the way. You reach for it and ask. People get critical questions because they want to salvage the peace that we continue. You dodge when it was your time to speak up. You guys all know about the ECOWAS thing. Honorable Chino Majuba of the APC party, who's the leader of the delegation, left the ECOWAS Parliament at the time when the members of the ECOWAS had questions to ask. They had questions that they were asking. So, let's see. I want you guys to see these videos to remind everybody again what we had to deal with. Because the news cycle is so fast that we tend to forget about these things. But going into these elections, reminding these guys, Marabia is all over the place, United Nations. I see him in the White House the other day. But I want you guys to understand what we're dealing with. The kind of, brutal regime that we have today in Sierra Leone. Look at this video.
I'm not for slapping at this moment. No, you just swear.
Guys, this is what happened. By the way, go ahead and share the live if you haven't shared the live, right? Let us have these conversations moving forward. And these are the reasons why Marabio should not be president of Sierra Leone again. But we cannot fight that fight without leadership from the opposition. They have to lead us forward. They don't pass PR system. They don't pass NIN, NACRA, make people enable for register. These members of parliament do inside the APC supported all of this. When they can make like say the effects and this and that, but nothing comes after that. That's it. PR system, where we still a challenge at the Supreme Court, and we hope say the Supreme Court will do the right thing, because people of Sierra Leone not deserve for use the PR system. It is a condition precedent. We don't get war. All the country everywhere is accessible. We still have boundaries that have a lifespan of 5 to 7 years, and the boundaries the world gets them good till 2024, which means that we get 2 years more. They're in the lifespan, and we can use them for elections. So there is no reason for PR system. But this is what we're dealing with. Everybody go ahead and share the live. I'm going to continue with these videos because I want you guys to see this stuff. I want you guys, I'm going to remind you, let everybody know whose side this whole thing begin. This is where it all started. Now listen. Again, this is a political party. This is not because, I'm not doing this because, oh, well, my grandpa, they all formed the APC and this. That's not why I'm doing that. This is not about that. I believe stand for every citizen's right. I happen to say this now, APC, they suffer in the hands of SLPP. So, of course, APC is benefiting from my life that I'm doing now. And yes, my whole genealogy is about APC. We grandpa them, 749 of them, and they make APC be what TB at that country today. So, yes, I know. But that is not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this for Sierra Leone, to save our reputation. Let the world know exactly what it is. Because we cannot hide these facts. They hide them too, they are. We hide in theater and make rebel welcome. People lost their lives. They had caught some man aid, caught their foot. Please be the woman belly. We know they hide them again. We have to speak up. Marabio and Marabio talk and for speak up. So these are the things we have to say. These are the things we have to let people understand, so that people would know what we're talking about. Why am I doing this on social media? It is this same President Bio that told us that we should use social media effectively. When I watch this video before I continue, watch this. Marabio told us to use the social media very effectively because it is working. And it works. It works. Listen to this.
We not be able to come together. Why I talk about the social media, inside Salona, WhatsApp, Facebook, most of the young people are left on a phone getting it. So when you propagate any message through that, before you know it's out there, it's not 100%. You know, even the penetration maybe is about 30 or how many percent. But a lot of people will able to read now. The WhatsApp, they get Facebook on their website. So we get to take advantage of that. And why we take the internet seriously? Because now in the direct international community, and they have a great say in what happens. Christian, I talk not being mind for who cancel 477 stations. Now Victor Angelo, the ERS United States, you have our security, you get for policies, and they got them. And even what happened in this last election, like you alluded to earlier on, say we will review mining. Now they office account. If you get for not account.
Guys, this is Marabio telling us about the use of social media. We have to use this tool very effectively. And this is why we say again, going into 2023, the elections, everybody has to play a role. Members of the opposition, the leaders of the opposition, not for the hide. They have to come out publicly, plainly to the people and tell them why. Marabio, not for be president in a salon. The Africanist press, I don't do all kinds of publications. They talk about corruption, thievery. Even recently, today in Live Way Do, it talked about the Cognite, you know, this IT farm where these governments go pay over $5 million. They spend over $5 million for spy on people. This Israeli-based company where they spy on people, they spy on opposition, phones them, then they hack people and phone them, hacking systems, politicians, especially the serious opposition, also the Kalokalo opposition, hack them, phone them. And then we recently get the ECOWAS parliament. When these members of parliament had a lot of questions, these members of parliament had a lot of questions. Where was the leader of the opposition? We be represented at this committee. We're supposed to represent the opposition, the voices of the voiceless. Waiting the members of parliament, I be ask. Where this man not there for talk? When I look this, how are we going to get rid of it?
Sierra Leone report is beautiful. But we also hear, stated here that there's a...
And by the way, this was December 3rd. When the Honorable Cheno Majuba of the APC should have been here at this session here for answering questions there. They say, get emergency. That's all, nothing. Usai go, Usai no go. Take this man no answer with the people of Sierra Leone. At a time like this, where they don't kill with brothers and sisters, them protesting at that country the way that in democratic rights. When I listen to the ECOWAS members of parliament and they ask questions them, where they need people like Honorable Cherikoko for come and intervene and answer these questions, for defend the Sierra Leonean rights, them, their constitutional rights and democratic rights. Demand was nowhere to be found. How we go pull SLPP if they man the way for lead the fight, for get rid of SLPP, they disappear at the time where they need them the most. Where in an ECOWAS parliament, for tell ECOWAS parliament what's the happy, the man disappear. How we go get rid of SLPP? These are the things. When I watch this video, now listen.
No dispute as to representation and how the election will be done. It's obvious. If you speak with one Sierra Leone delegate or two, they will tell you that the political situation here going towards the election is unstable. There's no need for we to hide anything from each other here. If we in Nigeria discover that there will be no free or fair election, of course we say it out. Because if we say it out, and ECOWAS intervenes, it's helping us. But if we know that there's something that could create problem in the country, and then we come here and sit there and say there's nothing, and something happens, we have lost two countries. So,
a situation where police are entering parliament to make sure that there is a decorum in parliament means that that country political situation is not stable.
After the August 10 incident, I think that statement needs to be rethink and maybe restated, because we know just a few weeks ago there was a situation at the parliament where parliament member had to fight, and like my colleague said, security personnel had to come in. I'm sure we don't want to consider that kind of situation as saying that security situation is stable.
I think there's a grave situation, and this parliament must send a fact-finding mission to Sierra Leone to investigate this major violation. It's not the first time, it's not the second time, it's the third time. The second issue in Sierra Leone is that less than a year to election, Sierra Leone is still trying to change the electoral law. They're still trying to change the election law to work in the favor of the ruling establishment. I think it's quite alarming, and maybe the Sierra Leone delegation need to speak to this again.
On the issue of the election law, the head of delegation, Snow, mentioned this, that 1 year to the election, you are trying to change the election law. It's not just the law, it's changing the system, where the law obviously affects the system. Now the system is trying to bring into place a proportional representation. But Chair, for the short of my political life, proportional representation is done where there are no defined electoral boundaries. And the law of the delegation of Sierra Leone can bear me out of this. If whatever their law say, I will be willing to listen to them. How do you want to move to a proportional representation when there are clearly defined political boundaries, when there are clearly established political constituencies, but yet you want to move to proportional representation as though there are no laws and order? The last time I remember there was proportional representation in Sierra Leone was when the war had just ended. There was no system, there were no laws. I think they did that. Similar thing happened in Liberia, but after recovery now, after all these years, how come you want to move to proportional representation when there are clearly defined political constituencies?
So this was why all these guys had these questions. And they wanted to hear answers from the leaders of the delegation from Sierra Leone. Who was the best person to answer these fundamental questions? Break down the constitution, answer all these questions where the members of parliament are getting at the ECOWAS. Because remember, these guys actually did their own research based on all of the advocacy that we've done. So they know about the situation in Sierra Leone. Everything they see, they know it. Now this was an opportunity clearly for the leader of the opposition, when at the head of the delegation, at this particular point now in ECOWAS parliament, to sense and voice its frustration, to tell these members of parliament exactly what we've been talking about. All of the fears that we have. This was the responsibility of this man, as the leader of the delegation now, for stand up at the well of parliament in ECOWAS. Say, yes, I hear you, Honorable Snow. We are totally against the PR system. We've made it very clear. The government is actually bastardizing our constitution. It is very clear in section 38(4), section 38A, subsection 1, what it says about using the proportional representation system. At this particular point in time, we have constituencies. Our constituencies have a lifespan of 5 to 7 years. And the current constituencies that we have are good till 2024. But the government, this was the kind of voice that we needed to be added to that conversation at the ECOWAS parliament now. This man was nowhere to be found. How are we going to kick SLPP? How would they get rid of Marabio? If the leaders of the opposition, the people that should lead us in the fight, wait for all we have, use international platforms them. Some of these leaders of the opposition, they've never in 4 years, they're not in a BBC, Voice of America, Al Jazeera, nothing. They give interviews to radio stations and nothing to talk about these things. And these guys, their voices are powerful. They have stronger voices than a lot of us. These are the things I want to point out to Sierra Leone so we can understand and know that the leaders are the ones that we got for lead with, for get rid of Marabio. What would they do? Yes, I wrote a letter to President Joe Biden. He has my letter. He saw it. I share that letter with everybody. So we all know, say yes, they see these things, but we're not as powerful. We are not as powerful. Therefore, it's incumbent on the leaders of the opposition to ensure that they stand up and do the right thing for our people. They stand up and speak in the places where it's absolutely necessary, 100%. But like I said, let us continue with these conversations. And this is in line with what President Joe Biden say. Let me play this video of President Joe Biden. What he said, we're ready for protect democracies across the world. Let's listen to this together.
One of the most important ways we can effectively enhance security and reduce violence is by seeking to improve the lives of the people all over the world who see that their governments are not serving their needs. Corruption fuels inequality. siphons off a nation's resources, spreads across borders, and generates human suffering is nothing less than a national security threat in the 21st century. Around the world, we're increasingly seeing citizens demonstrate their discontent, seeing the wealthy and well-connected grow richer and richer, taking payoffs and bribes, operating above the law, while the vast majority of the people struggle to find a job or put food on the table, or to get their businesses off the ground, or simply send their children to school. People have taken to the streets in every region to demand that their governments address people's basic needs, give everyone a fair shot to succeed, and protect their God-given rights. And in that chorus of voices, across languages and continents, we hear a common cry, a cry for dignity, simple dignity. As leaders, it's our duty to answer that call, not to silence it. The United States is committed to using our resources and our international platform to support these voices, listen to them, partner with them to find ways to respond that advance human dignity around the world.
Guys, that is President Joe Biden. All we ask for people of Sierra Leone, all they ask for is basic dignity. We're not asking for a lot. Basic dignity. You guys know everything we're talking about. Look at what they did to folks in McKinney. I want you to listen to this particular guy before I even show the McKinney massacre itself. Listen to this guy who was on his way from one town to the other that got caught between the McKinney massacre where they kill people and because of their stand up for generator. Listen to this guy.
This is one of the body where they go fire na McKinney. This they be the common yoni and they go Kabbalah. So you meet up the riot at McKinney, then fire them, then Ulan Count and Panama Wood. From Panama Wood now, straight away, na today, yesterday them pull na yesterday them pull, but not sabi talk, kiyo na team anymore. But they can't interview, they can't explain, then just left there yesterday. But you know not sabi which them for go, and just pull them up Panama Wood they left there. They don't sabi which one day. But they can't talk, how the team be happy. Now the service, the fire here, it come on here. The fire here, it can't come here. As you see. The fire down here on the very side, it come here. They go the other side. As you see here back, turn. The fire here back, it come here back and I'm back. I'm back, as you see here. Okay, yeah. Chop on them, chop things of them problem here.
Treat me. Really make you know we need. Come me.
My mother Magmu.
Me kone.
I am so yatne. No ni babak Magmu. So ni sama.
Me ala sanfona.
So problem ka bobane.
Ai ka bobane.
So my treatment just my. Kemle my tetep ka Magmu. Kama sort of the camera guys so done. Tetep ka Magmu je. Ma uno ni ka ito ba so yat ka mari. It's coming at you. Do you this now? The man that is so. You need help right now. Please, anybody want for help him, please, you go contact. I will give you number where they contact somebody for let help him. Please. But now don't meet you say for the try for help him now for let able get in medical cure. From the even free transfer not sabi. So now the power waka no more. They can't bust per week. So we say we try for help and small, at least. For me, you go if you next month back for go to hospital for go treat them. But whether they go treat in hospital now, money no dey. Like I explain you now, they go Kabbalah and I meet up this trouble na McKinney, they fire them. For more they hold them put up them, I go them pull them, then they go and they sell them for pull them. They don't begin pull them, but when they pull them on they left them. So I find anyway no more now. So this we get this one now. So family, yeah, you need help. You need help. This na the one of you.
We any youth wey misbehave, who don't file like you, who broke your foot, who they file like your mama that you back, who arrest them, go lock them. Because them burning for sure, now them for tell you how them burning. If you not bastard pick it up for no. Them for tell you that they. We know they get sense. How young people they not use you? They not use you like grandpa them. We not get sense. They not use you like them. We not get sense. Only they can't use you back, then they left use you to pick them back. We not know they get sense. Eh? Then they go kill you for. We any youth wey misbehave, who don't file like you, who broke your foot, who they file like your mama that you back, who arrest them, go lock them. Because them burning for sure, now them for tell you how them burning. If you not bastard pick it up for no.
Most victims, as well as alleged perpetrators of last week's riot in McKinney, are still in the capital, Freetown. And this, according to family members, it's a worrying and disturbing situation as they are unable to access their loved ones, either in detention or at various hospitals in the capital. Some also raise concern on poor living conditions, as most victims were breadwinners. Abubakar Kamara has been following this story.
Most victims of last week's riot in McKinney were breadwinners of respective families, and immediate family members of both deceased and injured are raising certain concerns, which among them include not having access to see their loved ones and also poor conditions of living. Here are the concerns of few that we contacted.
Yeah, like my late brother, we then kill, we in Augustine Ponce, we in Adachucha, because we know say for now, it don't be done, because we not get no saying, for say we go able to fed the government. But what me good tell the public and the government, then the one they listen to this message, because we totally blind. So since the tell they can't take them now, we don't know the whereabouts, we don't get no message, then we totally blind, we don't know what they gone. There will be big papa government, there will be big to the big one, then they show concern towards this issue. For let the help we follow you see who body them, and who brother the way they don't go. And especially with brother, because like as they say in a chicha, then he gets a great role with the orphan at the community. So you know, fine for let he die, so we not able to see in cops, then we not go feel fine. Then we always they cry for let we see in cops. So we don't know what's in now the government get for do towards that, then the big one they get for do towards that, for let the able help for let see the cops.
We don't know, they get no information from the time where they can they go na fleet or no get no information. So right now, waiting me they talk, maybe brother let them face and come.
Babatunde Edwards, the Chief Justice, actually come and say they've put together and panel the judges for seats on the matter for look at the PR system and to say it's unconstitutional and illegal, right? So at least we know that for say that is what is actually happening at this point in time. So we've seen Andy, but we're waiting because the Supreme Court ultimately every Sierra Leonean is waiting now to hear what they have to say. Because December 17th, today is the 17th, December 7th was when the Chief Justice said he had empaneled judges to look into the matter. Today is the 17th, 10 days later, right? So we're waiting to hear from the Supreme Court because, again, Parliament at this particular point, cannot pass the PR system, especially the fact that the matter has been taken to the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court ultimately get for pass a verdict where I believe say definitely they go say the PR system is unconstitutional, and therefore we get for go back to constituency-based elections. That is what I believe. But to answer your question, Alosai, but let's get back to these videos, guys. Let me show people and remind people why. It's absolutely important for the leaders of the opposition lead with this fight, especially the APC as a party, for get rid of Marabio. Let's play this video of Marabio when he was talking about the kind of uniform we wear. Now listen to this.
In this party.
Yes.
When it was all dark and doom, I know where I stood until this party came back to power in 1996. I have never explained how they came to power, and we not do so tonight.
That's true.
But
let me say this, guys, and listen to this statement, and I'll analyze this statement. Listen to this.
I've never explained how they came to power, and we not do so. This party came back to power in 1996. I have never explained how they came to power, and we not do so tonight.
That's true.
Guys, first of all, that is a crime in a serious democracy. Because we know the only way a political party comes to power in a democratic setting is through the ballot box. But for Marabio to make the assertion that he made, that he knew what he did to bring them to power, guys, there is a lot there. You see, this is impunity. This is what we call impunity. When you let people get away with crimes. This is why Sierra Leone has been suffering. This is why Sierra Leoneans have been suffering for so long. Because people that should have been held accountable for what they said and what they did. Because in a court of law, this statement that this man made, it should not go free for that. They don't left this man. This man for don't answer, waiting he do. For let the SLPP come to power in 1996, because we all know say the UNPP be win that elections day. What did he do? If he puts James Jonah under gunpoint, tell us that they will kill him, kidnap one of his family, for let James Jonah go ahead and announce for saying a SLPP win. What did we do? When I know that a Marabio be there in power, we be overthrow Strasser. You see, Sierra Leoneans, these are the things we should pay attention to, these little things. We don't allow people to corrupt with democracy. We continue so much. This statement alone in there, you put them in any court of law, of course, it's going to stand the test of time. What did you do? Marabio, for explain to Salon people, we know say we get a democracy, people go vote at the ballot box. What did Marabio do so special for lay SLPP kind of power? We're not going to talk about this night. These are the things we have to ask. Leaders of the opposition should bring stuff like this up. The leaders of the opposition, the APC, therefore bring that kind of conversation there up. Let we ask this president, what do you mean at this particular time? Let explain to we. What do you do? We make James Jonah announce the election result. He say, wear special green. When I listen to this, we have to pay attention to what these guys are saying. When I listen.
In this party. When it was all dark and doom, I know where I stood until this party came back to power in 1996. I have never explained how they came to power, and we not do so tonight.
That's true.
But I know that they didn't just win. We didn't just win. I wasn't a part at the time of the party. I wore green, but a different green.
You guys, are you guys listening to that? Nabiyu Kamara, you keep telling me I'm not audible. I'm trying to figure that out. Guys, let me do a sound check. Is my sound okay here? Is my sound okay, guys? Give me a thumbs up, everybody. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if my sound is good. Because Nabiyu keeps saying my sound is not audible, but I know I have good sound system. Thank you, Nabil. Okay. And for patience, my brother, I know since taking the latency back with the internet. So just bear with me, okay? But thank you, though. I like the gallantry. I love that. I appreciate you let me know these things. So because I don't want to keep going if you cannot hear me. So thank you, Nabil. Thank you. But guys, Marabio said what he said there. Listen to this. Listen to this part carefully. Listen to this.
They didn't just win.
They didn't just win. They didn't just win. We should ask. We for ask Sierra Leoneans and we for demand. What did this man mean at that time? You know, this part I will go for cotton at this live here. We share. Let everybody get up. Huh? Oh yeah, we pick it up and go watch movie together. Okay, but I'm gonna finish this. I'll be there, guys. All right. Okay. But yeah, guys, what did Marabio mean? This nothing way for answer. They did not just win, and we not say we go into the ballot box. So what did happen? What was this extra thing that Marabio did? We should ask this question, Sierra Leoneans. God's alone. But these are the things I am saying. Now, let's play this other video of Marabio. What did Marabio mean? What did he talk now? His ferocity about waiting.
We want to be polite about politics, but we should never forget that politeness in African politics can be a disadvantage.
Yes.
So why I keep my calm, I do not expect you to be calm all the time. I am the leader, I should be calm, but you should not be calm all the time.
Yes.
They are not that forthcoming when I'm attacked sometimes on the internet, but when they do, they are very ferocious. And London Jet has been very, very, very strong in that particular front.
So this is why, guys, this is why I played that video of ECOWAS Parliament. You have to be ferocious in your politics. If our leaders in the opposition are not ferocious, like when Marabio talk about the ferocity where he can with during campaign, it praise people that will be fight for us, stand up for us. It talk calm. He say you have to be ferocious. He as the leader is saying stay calm. But when they read them videos them of these guys, when they talk, they hate message them out, then they go kill this, they will go kill that. You know, when you listen to some of these guys, what they said, will they go kill this? Will they go wait in this? You know, will they do this so? When I listen to some of these messages, this is what Marabio mean when he say ferociousness. That was why these guys in the SLPP decided to go to this length and to this extent for talk the way they spoke. Listen to this. Listen to this. So you go see what Marabio mean. That is why we need leaders them as well in the opposition to stand up. We're not say preach violence, but stand up and speak up about what's in the bad things and what this president don't do in the SLPP as a whole. That is all we're asking for. Is that too much to ask for? I don't think so, guys. Listen to this. Listen to this. What's in Marabio telling supporters them? We're saying for be ferocious. This is it right here. Listen to this.
We don't plan out and we're ready for execute them. We're ready for make sure safe the properties and lives of this country and the president where we vote for. We're ready for protect them yesterday, today, and tomorrow. If the APC venture, make I tell you now what we go do now. The entire former executive, the current executive of the All People's Congress, they all go suffer the consequence from the chairman, the leadership of UNESCO. I take countdown to the least member of the national executive of APC, Dr. Samuel Kamara, in Pikinden and in close associate. They all go suffer the consequence of the action where APC don't plan for do tomorrow. The likes of Ambassador Yansanedem, they all go suffer in Pikinden, in wife, and in close associate. They go ever remain the token as history. All former ministers under APC, we serve under that party, they all, with their wife them, their close associates them, any of them picking away they above 18 years, they all go suffer the consequence of waiting when I don't plan for do tomorrow. All former members of parliament under una party, then now, then picking their wives them, right? Then go suffer the severe consequence of waiting when I don't plan for do. The current members of parliament under that party, hey, make I tell you that when I go suffer the consequence of waiting when a party hoodlums them, they don't plan for do. the current councillors and the former councillors under the APC, believe you me, whether una like it or not, we now the National Steering Committee, grassroots of SLPP, we go make una go suffer massive destruction. Una wife there, una pikin there, una go suffer massive destruction upon una actions. The current councillors.
Guys, to this day, this guy has not been prosecuted. To this day, this guy has not been brought to justice for these kinds of threatening remarks and comments that he made. To this day. Why? Because his government is in power. You see how the miscarriage of justice goes? But if anybody else from the opposition speaks like this, they will be manhandled. But then when somebody in the government supporting this current government of the SLPP speaks like this, they are free. Then the leader of the opposition had an opportunity for going to ECOWAS Parliament. When Item Folley defended the people of Sierra Leone against all of this foolishness, it was nowhere to be found. But this is what in Marabio talk about when say ferociousness. This naim.
We want to be polite about politics, but we should never forget that.
Una series gentleman here, to your screen to the right, in the bow tie, the black, suit, white shirt, bow tie, Abdul Fatoma is a current one of the civil society activists in Sierra Leone. Of course, he was there at this meeting in London. But listen, this is what Marabio meant.
In African politics can be a disadvantage.
Yes. Politeness. So, you should not be polite. You should be very wild. And up to this day, that guy said all those things. Nobody arrested him. Then if you make hypocrites like for say, okay, you know what, for future, we don't have to promote this kind of a language that with democracy and politics in Sierra Leone for the future. Let's just make like say, they arrest this brother, so in investigate him and make sure say, let we make. It's a threat. You cannot make threats against former presidents, councillors, members of parliament. You go jail for that by any partner of the world. You cannot threaten the lives of sitting members of parliament, Sararon people. These are basics that we should know. This is why members of parliament. Not that, I don't get it, man. But these are the things that happen in Sierra Leone. And this is why Marabio does not deserve another term for being president of that country. These members of parliament in ECOWAS are asking these fundamental questions. Where was the leader of the opposition?
Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone report is beautiful. But we also hear, stated here, that there's a major dispute as to representation and how the election will be done. It's obvious. If you speak with one Sierra Leone delegate or two, they will tell you that the political situation here going towards the election is unstable. There's no need for we to hide anything from each other here. If we in Nigeria discover that, there will be no free or fair election.
Absolutely. That is all we are asking for, Sierra Leoneans. And these are the things we want to point out to you guys, just to remind you all of the atrocities of the SLPP, the things we went through. Again, like I said, I'm not even touching the corruption yet. This is just the violence. The violence of the SLPP. When you listen to the police talk like this, listen to this.
And we, the OSC, will support the government of the day to the latter. Yes! And we, the OSC, will support the government of the day to the latter. Yes!
When you hear the police talk like this, we are supporting the government of the day to the latter. Who's the government, first of all? It's the people. Now, that is small thing, I don't know if you understand. When you say government are the people, government derives its legitimacy, its authority, and its power from the people. Section 5, subsection 2. So the role of the police is to protect the people. But when you hear the police talk like this, now you know the states that we're in. Now I could say members of parliament then will get the authority and the power for put an end to this foolishness to ensure that President Bio does not get another term. Going into the elections, we want for you to them talk tough. Bring these issues front and center. Remind the people of Sierra Leone why enough of vote for the SLPP and why President Bio not deserve another term. Town hall meetings across the country. That's a fact. When I listen to a journalist that got beaten up, I listen to her.
So then our office around this 12 o'clock, we receive a call say one policeman banged one Pekin where the community people in a 4th Street.
And mind you, this was December 14. This happened around December 14, 2021. Last year, almost a year now. And of course, it's still happening. Listen.
And the police, and they're on serious arguments. So I began to drive and go down there immediately. When I go there, I meet the community people and the police. Then we on serious ala. So I began to do a video and return to Central Police for go get the views of DTO, where they in charge for traffic, for action waiting really happen. So immediately when I go down Central, as I reach there, the policeman where I be meeting at Central, where I be meeting in 4th Street. I meet in Central Police. They say that the journalist is with the video. They rush at me, take me phone, take me money in my hand, then beat me mercilessly. Even while they try to identify me, say me a journalist from AIV. I get me jacket. They never listen to me. 8 of them, and then beat me mercilessly. But this is really bad. You know, as a journalist for a policeman, even though you identify yourself, say you're a journalist, you get your apron, you get your ID card, you show them say you're a journalist. They don't even listen to me. They beat me like me a thief man, bang me, even when they talk to me. It gets serious motor, and I feel serious pain all over my body as I talk to. You know, this is really bad. The Sierra Leone police really need to do something towards how some policemen they really can treat journalists in this country. Okay. And I always know say they can treat journalists, but this is a testimony to me, because this is not the first way that happened to me. For make a policeman, not even one police, 8 policemen then beat me like me a thief man, just because of I go cover a story. They say they want the video. And then take me phone and me and the policeman and they all wear uniform. This also policeman the way now close the wear. And this happened inside Central Police, behind the Central Police. Now they then beat me 300,000 be inside my wallet, my driving license, my documents, I don't see my license, I don't see my wallet, and my phone be even missing. Now later on, now they pull the phone. When I ask them for my wallet, they never for pull the wallet. But the one that will beat me, by the same way people let it come around, they never for see 8 of the policemen that will beat me. From there, they force me to go up. When they don't force me to go up, they say me for give statements, they allow me for give statements, they force me for give statements. From there, they turn the case and say assault of police, I mean assault policeman, which of course not there beat me. That at the end, they end up for turn the case from the statement say now assault of policeman, and then force me for even sign. Can you imagine after the policeman they don't beat me, they force me say me for sign power the statement. You know, I really doubt how this country they go now. For let journalists go cover a story, but at the end, policeman them. You know, you get a good policeman them, you get some policeman where they really.
Me, where can they pass? Any south side they go, and they calculate almost have been getting. I'm a politician. Let me make a before now, because plenty of Funanaya vote for me. Will not be vote for we. Well, I know for the Naya. 2. For them forget about Kailan, because when they wrote the battle, we know the Bukanaya. I'm not going to say what you do now. We still get people in Naya we not believe in SLPP, and now we your responsibility as SLPP Kisitongi for make sure we bring them over. So when we bring them over there, we divided. We get SLPP where they go independent. Now SLPP now bring independence in this country. But we know from inside the SLPP, we get independent, we get SLPP. Now one SLPP will not for divider. Because me know say plenty people there, they were forced to make a choice. They were forced to make a choice. So I just want to tell you, say that number there, that ABC number there, me want for happy to will reduce them because it's not good for we. APC not the member now. Anybody waiting away the APC to God and Nabi. APC not the member we. This part and me, whether I do or not, they not the member we. For make year go before, now we no more. And when they say we the drum and when I go see and then when I go come to the final conclusion say for make Salon better, for make Kisitongi better. Paupa. Salon go better, and Kisitongi go better, and SLPP no more go do that. At the time I plenty, thank you.
God, sorry guys, my mic was out. Guys, my mic was out. Totally. That was my fault. I mute my mic. So yes, what I was saying before, what I say, what you guys missed was the fact that after that speech of Marabio at Kisitenge, where he talks enough for encourage independent candidate, that was when they killed this Bobo Mori, because they had elections at the time. They had an election going on. So what happened was when he made the speech as a president to say they should not encourage independent, they therefore divide the SLPP in that area. That was after that elections, this boy, Mori, lost his life. He was killed because he was supporting an independent candidate. That's what I was saying when my mic was muted. But that's what I was trying to say to you guys. I know the sound is back. Thank you, guys. Guys, you see, that's why I need a producer for my show, right? Me one gonna be the Ronald thing. I need a producer. I need to operate all the computers and everything. I need a producer for the, get all this feedback and all that stuff. But it's okay. I know if I afford producer, I'm gonna do it by myself for now, right? I'm gonna do that by myself. But because what I run now is a whole TV operation. It's very sophisticated. But yes, at some point, when we don't go free tongue and everything, I would have producers. I would train people in for use my system and everything, because we can run a whole radio station, a whole TV station on which I use. I use some of the best equipment that you can ever think about, when it comes to doing this broadcast. So it's very powerful, and I know that definitely at some point would use it. But thank you, W. Thank you again. But this is for the Mori when Mamadi cry param, we didn't kill him after a support an independent candidate. When Marabio go talk this talk here like Kisiteng. It's like Kalauna didn't kill this, but also listen to this. For the Mori. That's for the Mori. For the Mori is SLPP. SLPP, the only crime that Fode Mori committed was because he supported an independent candidate. Guys, I want to show you something here. Before I show you, let me show you this. This is Fode Sanko, where we all know say Fode Sanko was later used as the RUF leader. But the real people that actually started the RUF was Ali Kaba. But let me show you this video of Fode Sanko, because I'm going to round this live up now with this video. I want you guys to see why people like myself are on social media, because we want to prevent future disasters. We don't want another Ali Kaba or Fode Sanko to go back to the bush and take up arms against the state because they feel like they're being ostracized, their rights to free speech is being trampled upon, their rights to protest is being trampled upon, massive corruption across the country. We don't want that to happen in Sierra Leone again. This is Fode Sanko. We're on a series to just sharply remind every Sierra Leonean what actually happened and who were the people behind the rebel war in Sierra Leone. Listen to this. Listen to this. Give way. You got anything for talk to the guests? Give way. This door. What you are saying? I'm alright. Is it true that you have been treated by now you daddy them go fuck you. Come on here. You mommy ass. Left. Okay, left. What is Bobo for doing about? What you go do? No, okay. Now you don't know about that, but you said more than a place today. No minute. But what you? As Uncle you say, you get something for say. Yeah, but look, it's okay now. No, it's okay. I'm back left. When I left this man, let no can white power now. No, not the white power. No, don't get training. Oh, you mama trainer. Talk to my friend. You don't get training. I will treat him fine. Guys, I wanted you to see that. That's Fure Sanko. The reason why, like myself, we're on social media is to correct what actually happened back then so that we can prevent another outbreak. But again, before we even talk about Fure Sanko just come and they use them like a puppet. Who were the people that actually started the rebel war? Who are going to Libya the Mataba? Where Charles Taylor talk about? When I listen to Charles Taylor, where they call Ali Kaba name now, when I listen to her.
Liberians were in that first group because you were not concerned and you were not permitted to associate with other groups. The only thing you knew that groups were there because you met their leaders almost on a daily basis, not in the camp, but in Tripoli.
In Tripoli, based in the same guest house.
Some were in the guest house. Some were in hotels. Ali Kaba, Kukuya Samba Sanye, myself, most of the West Africans that did not really stay there a whole lot used the Mataba guest house. There was an apartment in Tripoli that I used. Okay, but most of them, and I came to Mataba every day, and as is normal, and I'm sure the judges will understand it. You're from West Africa, of course you want to hang with West Africans. So at the Mataba, most times, Dr. Manny, Ali Kaba, myself will be together, conversing all of the time when I was there.
So what about Fode Sanko?
Fode Sanko was, I tell you, what I heard of Fode Sanko for the first time on the BBC. Fode Sanko was nothing. He was not at the Mataba. Fode Sanko was apparently one of Ali Kaba's men that were in the camp. Fode Sanko knew my men. I did not know Fode Sanko, just as Ali Kaba did not know my men. No, Fode Sanko was nowhere with the type of credentials to be a member of the Mataba. Because if he had to be a member of the Mataba, then it meant that Ali Kaba would not be there. And it was Ali Kaba there.
And Ali Kaba, that surname Kaba, who's he related to?
Well, I'm going to tell you what Ali told me.
Guys, let's not go deep into that. It was just about to talk about the fact that Tijan Kaba was the former president. You'll see that I started off the live with Tijan Kaba. There's a lot of stuff that we don't know. But this same Ali Kaba is the same guy now who's talking about no runoff in the next elections coming. So listen to Ali Kaba. This is Ali Kaba. Listen to him.
If we do that, they will tell us as the first 18 and I'm game over, no runoff. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
And at goal landing, all these votes at discretion, the goal now for make sure, say, come 2023, we win hands down, no runoff, no runoff, no runoff. Because we get a chance for that, and I will give you and get hope. Not so.
Yes, sir.
Let me see here. Sound check. Sound check. Mohammed is saying my sound. Oh, okay. Thank you, guys. There's really a delay, anyways. I have to do some syncing here, but yeah, I think there was just a delay with. I'll try to figure out what it is. Like I said, I need an engineer, guys. I need an engineer. But anyways, guys, I think it suffices. I'm gonna leave this live right here. I appreciate you all for joining me. But go back, watch the live, and then respond to those folks that you feel safe to respond to. I mean, we all get to democratic rights, free speech, right? Everybody getting free speech. Just like our NSF talk, that's so you get right to respond to them accordingly. So everybody can go back, respond to these folks, take your time. Thank you, Abdul Kaba. Thank you so much, Kaba Toure, for let me know what's up. At least you're on YouTube. Make sure you follow the channel. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube since you're on YouTube there. Feyi Akimbombola. I think I know this person. Maybe this is Mrs. Ebu's sister. It's possible. But anyways, let me see if I can respond to any sound, to anyone here, any text here. Yeah, but thank you guys. I appreciate all of you guys. We're gonna come, guys. We're gonna come. Yeah, we're gonna discuss these things here moving forward. When our responsibility now for go and ask on our leaders them of the opposition, particularly. So, waiting at the messages we're going to take forward, moving into the elections. I think it's very critical that everybody play the role that they're supposed to play. Excuse me, so that we can get rid of the SLPP government. All right. But thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. The only way we can get the better Sierra Leone is when we all stand up and speak up the facts and speak the truth, right? No, not afraid. They didn't go after anybody because of they talk it too with the people for say, you know what, enough of all of these guys, let's wipe all of them out either. Nobody enough for, lost their life because they speak the truth. Nobody enough for plot evil for somebody because they are speaking the truth. Until we get to a society where they didn't touch one person, and don't touch we all, nothing is going to change. We have a democratic society. We don't live in a one-party state. Everybody get to exercise their rights to free speech. Thank you, guys. I'll come to it again. Enjoy your weekend and have a beautiful Saturday. And I'm going to leave you guys again, with this song where we election song. And very well put together. And, so we can, let's at least... remind yourself of what's our responsibilities. The PR system, like how we say, we know one time, voter registration was a mess, right? A lot of you guys understand exactly what I'm talking about. We don't want we wanted the members of parliament speak up about the voter registration. People and suffer for register. They didn't speak up about, what actually happened with, the verification process. The deletion of 250,000 names, 250,000 names deleted from the voter register. I didn't tell why you're with members of parliament they talk about now, all over the country, right? But when I continue to advocate and speak up, and I'm going to leave you guys with this election song. And when this song ends, the live ends. All right? Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. Let's listen to this together. Whilst this song is downloading, let's see.
No religion, no tribal conflicts, opinions separate us. That hand in hand, we go into the pool. Democracy, the government of the people, by the people, for the people, alone now we go. And before the next sunrise, our future is already set. Let no politics, no religion, no tribal conflicts, opinions separate us. But hand in hand, we go into the pool. Democracy, the government of the people, by the people, for the people, alone now we go. And before the next sunrise, our future is already set. We've been led too far, too long, so long. Our return seem impossible, even though we fight. Our progress gets difficult every day, yeah, yeah. atrocities designed by the vaunting ambition of those who lead us. The young men spend fruitless hours in the ghetto, no future, no hope. The young girls gave up their pride of womanhood. Why? For survival. Parents spend sleepless nights thinking how to settle the bills. Inflation causing madness everywhere. Our children have no hope for the future. See how we're falling apart.
Let no politics, no religion, no tribal conflicts, opinions separate us. That's hand in hand, we go into the polls. Democracy, a government of the people, by the people, for the people, alone now we own. And before the next sunrise, our future is already set.
Let us think and rethink it over again. See all what we've gone through. Let us build a peaceful time and a better place for us to be. We are a people of love and splendor of God's beauty on our faces. Let's recall those days when men were men and women took pride in their full breast. With beads round their necks and heats. Let the man say, Buwa bisye. Limba man say, Walibina. Chula man say, Jaramaha. Jabra man say, Bamisekeo. Kuya man say, Famuna kusha, 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 kusha. Yes, we could all live together again as one. Politics should not be an instrument of division anymore. We may even agree to disagree and resolve the difference in the polls. Let no man deceive you with vainglory. No, not even with the sugar-coated vibes.
So let no politics, no religion, no tribal conflicts, opinions separate us. That hand in hand, we go into the polls. Democracy, a government of the people, by the people, for the people, alone now we own. And before the next sunrise, our future is already set.
Wipe away your tears and roll your pains away. To every man and woman in this nation, once again the strength to rebuild, restore the lost pride of our beloved country. Let no man make a fool of us again as people. Even as we forgive and forget, we must learn to accept defeat as much as we are determined to succeed. Give tolerance and love without violence to one another. It's time again for election. Let's be sober and in our right mind. Take away sycophancy and hypocrisy from our minds. Let the right man be in the right place. Let the voice of the people be heard. Yes, we want it free and fair. We don't want no gunmen, puku power. We are tired of it all. Yes, we want it free and fair. The future is in our hands. We can't go living in the past anymore.
Let no politics, no religion, no tribal conflicts, opinions separate us. That hand in hand, we go into the polls. Democracy, a government of the people, by the people, for the people, alone now we own. And before the next sunrise, our future is already set.